Joseph Crudup here, and welcome to the Joseph Crudup Show. It's the first day of the month of December. Boy, what I'm seeing is I hope you had a nice day here today. I just here to say that I'm trying to get everything. I try to get everything, it's just. I went to the doctor today. I just went to the doctor today, and they said nothing wrong. It was just a because I had to. So I'm trying to get physical, and that was it. And so I'm living right now, and that is good news for me. And look, what I tried to do was I tried to stay healthy. I tried to stay, live a life that I'm doing. We gotta live life. We gotta be real careful. We gotta be very careful because what I'm seeing is, wow, wow, that's a stuff going on. We we did involve people. We have to be careful to be around people. And that's what we did, and that's what we did. All the things that were going on. Well, we've been told that that there will be a vaccine coming our way. The vaccine is on its way, starting in December or maybe by the end of the month. This is the 1st of December, and we're going to see. And it's free, just said. So here we go. Here we go. It's all starting right now. We just seeing about it again. All I have to do is keep your mask on when you go out. Avoid the crowd. Wash your hands. Practice social distancing. You know what? I'm very proud for everybody. I'm very proud for World Cooper. I'm so proud of World Cooper. I telling people what to do. Follow the instructions, people. And he doesn't. And look, there's nothing more they can do about it. As we know, that World Cooper just said, wow. And boy, I just like this. And now, what we've been told right about now on WRL TV 5, WRL News, and they said the World Cooper told us today, and it says NC plans free phase rollout of COVID-19 vaccines. COVID vaccines doing for us. Here we go. And now, here's what they said. Here's what Will Cooper says, and here's what it says. I'm going to read to you right now. It says, a COVID-19 vaccine will be free to anyone in North Carolina who wants it, Governor Will Cooper said. He and Dr. Mandy Collins, Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Service, detailing the destruction plan during a briefing on Tuesday. State health officials will reveal data. State health officials will reveal data and resource on any vaccine before beginning to make it available to the public. Cooper said, as soon as the FDA grants approval for the use of any vaccine, the state is expected to receive more about 85,000 doses. It will be it will first be given to healthcare workers and hospitals and long-term care facilities to treat or work with COVID patients and those who clean areas, care areas where COVID patients are present. The state and monitors stand popular at up to 161,000 people. As international vaccines are approved, the state will get international cases, applications, and will explain this group. The second group targeted by the state will be residents in the long-term care of people over the age of 55 who live in car situations such as jails and homeless shelters, and other adults who have two or more clinical conditions that put them at greater risk for the serious case of the coronavirus. That group is estimated to up to 951,000 vaccinated, and the rest of those at high risk for explosion to COVID-19 will corroborate another 1.1.51 to 5. Okay, vaccinate. Okay, here's let me read it. Will compare those under 65 in crowded situations of the working frontline jobs and don't have two or more clinical conditions. The third phase, the third phase makes vaccine available to anyone in exacerbated find case scenarios and students in K-12 schools and colleges and universities. Now, the final phase will include the remodeling of the North Carolina Poplar. On Tuesday, COVID-19 hospitalizations in North Carolina surpassing 2,000 for the first time. More than 2,030 people were in the hospital fighting coronavirus, and nearly a quarter of those are in intensive care units. Percent for and intensive care units are 79% for. Now, as has been the case, the majority of these hospitalizations are happening in Johnson, Hurd, and Lee counties. Let me read this again. The capital regions include Wake, Franklin, Johnson, and 33 total people in the hospital, with 37 of them being in ICU. The Duke Healthcare region, which includes Thorne, Granville, Vance, has 148 total people in the hospital, with 36 of them being in ICU. The Mid Carolina region, which includes Alamance, Orange, Chapman, Moore, Montgomery, Richmond, Hoke, Cumberland, and Sampson counties had 200 of them being ICU. New daily cases in North Carolina are averaging 3,000. Daily new cases in North Carolina, and more than 10% of coronavirus tests come back positive. A total of 5,284 people in the state had died. In the morning meetings have councils of state Cooper warned, we do not, okay. Now Cooper had warned. Cooper warns everybody. We do have tough couple of months ahead of us. Again, reminding them of the need for leaders to set an example. We'll continue to meet remotely until we can get on the other side of this pandemic. As coronavirus cases keep rising across the country, some states have made decisions to close restaurants and schools. As mandated on November 23rd, requiring masks indoors. Wherever someone not in the same household is all right. North Carolina, Governor Cooper issued a strict mask mandate on November 23rd, requiring masks indoors wherever someone not in the same household is present, and outdoor wherever physical distancing isn't possible. Now, the town restrictions include requiring masks in private schools and in gyms, even when people are walking out, as well as in airports and train and bus stations. The law's executive order will be in place through December 11th. It will bring promised news from several vaccine manufacturers. Multiple experts have said a COVID-19 vaccine won't be widely available until at least spring. Now, healthcare workers before Christmas, but it will be especially improving for people to social distancing and find mass orders throughout the holiday season. And like they said that Will Cooper has roses in Oxford, and we have some steps that we did, and we did a great job, and we did a great job wearing masks, reducing sanitizers, and that's it. But it seems like it's always going to be all about when you follow social distancing, and that will be every day. That's a good job, and that's a good thing. And involve the crowds, just like people do when there's a Trump campaign and Donald Trump gathering people a lot of like we do have 800. We do have 80,000 people. They ain't social distancing at all, and no mask wearing. And so, like, we're going this over and over again. Will Cooper does it. He wants people to wear a vaccine. So when are we going to get a vaccine? Say by June. Now, someone say by June. Now, just in 25 days to Christmas. So now it's always about the holiday season, right? This is the holiday season. And I know about several months ago, vaccine is like 90% effective, then it's 95% effective, and it's 100% effective. And that's it is. It is what it is. And yes, they all know about this whole stuff going on, and I'm just saying, well, what's happening for sure? What's going on here? Hey, everything is everything's insane. Everything's okay. Everything's gonna be all right. And yes, it is. I can have more friends after that like this too. And yes, it is. There always will be the vaccine in the world, but not now. Now, the quickest we had, the quickest we came. This is WTVD 11 on ABC, and it says this is all about stuff. And it says Governor Cooper says North Carolina is stepping to receive nearly 85,000 doses of purchased COVID-19 vaccine after FDA approved. And say it again, I repeat. Governor Cooper says North Carolina is set to receive nearly 85,000 doses of purchased COVID-19 vaccine after FDA approved. And yes, there's going to be more of the vaccine, maybe about 100,000, maybe about 1 million vaccines. So bear with me now. People have to get together. Now, just like it says, let me read this to you first. It says, Governor, now, here's what he says, and what Cooper just said. It says, and he said, Altrin Wilson, North Carolina Department of Health and Human Service Secretary Dr. Manning Connor said at a Tuesday news conference, people are going to the emergency department and the percent of positive is up. Too many people are becoming seriously ill with COVID. There are too many people seriously ill, folks. I gotta say, this is a cold. This is the bad. This happening the bad situation. In the last 10 months, in the last 10 months, we had about let's just not just say in the last 10 months since March, since COVID-19 hit in March, a lot of people dying. A lot of people dying, and we seen a lot. And now they have riots And then we have reached the deaths of 270,000 people. I gotta bring this to you first. I gotta bring this to you. It will be the sad. It has been a sad time, and it will be the sad time if we see loved ones. If we see loved ones, it will be okay. Now, here's what everybody said. And it says, but Cuba said there is hope on the horizon of the potential of the FDA organization, the perfect and mandatory vaccines. And he said North Carolina is preparing to receive the Puffery vaccine, which requires extra cold storage. Well, big state with wilderness that's stretching for hundreds of barrels, he said. Every person is important. Every person is important. We'll work hard to overcome challenges that are caused by the process. Cooper said the state is experts to get that version of the vaccine because Puffery was the first to see organized. So we think that it is what will be available and to put it forth. He said 84,800 is the number of dozens the state has been told it will receive with the first shipment. That is what we are expecting at this time, he said. Cooper said that shipment will happen as soon as the vaccine we get that when we get the first vaccine, we will focus on hospitals only, he said. This is with the first 85,000 doses. Then the state will focus on people in long-term care settings. After that, adults that have diabetes will have access to the vaccine. He added, when we get a second vaccine, we will be getting weekly doses of both vaccines, and we will work through our populations that we have Parkinson's, so we can't say exactly when we will get to adults two or more conditions, but we believe it will be in January. Cooper said the others that state officials accepted that vaccine it is the middle of next week, December 15th or 16th, and additional occasions will happen over the week. Importantly, the governor issued residents that vaccine will be free, even to those whose insurance does not cover it. So that's what he says. That's what he says. Now the vaccine is on its way. It will be in mid December in the U.S. Now, CNN just said, CNN just said, I'm not going for false news, but CNN just said. Now we go to the CNBC, and it says President Trump's coronavirus vaccine cousin and says presidents and bottlers COVID-19 vaccines are safe, with only 10% to 15% of volunteers reporting sacrifice novel side effects. The side effects can last up to a day and a half, says Dr. Magnus Solomon, who's leading the Trump administration's COVID-19 vaccine program operations at speed. And a CDC planning is scheduled to vote Tuesday on who will be the first to get a vaccine once one has been organized by the U.S. regulations. Now it says President Dogs and bottlers COVID-19 vaccines are safe, not deniable. The side effects which comes from vaccine shots can last up to a day and a half, says Dr. Monica Slaughter, who's leading the Trump administration's COVID-19 reporting awareness and pain at the injection site, as well as fever, chills, meniscus, achilles, and headaches. He said, adding more people had no noticeable side effects. The longer, more importantly, in encountering environmental events such as sun autoimmune disease or others have been not been reported in a different way between the placebo group and the vaccine group in these two trials. which is very reserved. He told the Washington Post to call in the military effects of the vaccine is not well the very long-term safety is not yet understood by the finesse. Now we see now, folks, like I said before, like I said again, this is how it's all about the drama, all about everything, that this is whole stuff going on, that this is all about the vaccine stuff coming here in the United States. Since the pandemic hit in March, we got a lot, and then April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and here we are in December. And we have a couple of more months to go. And I'm not gonna say what's going on, what could be the vaccine or not, but it's coming. Will Cooper has promised. He has promised to stay, but all they have to do is go out, wear a mask, keep social distancing, and wash their hands. And like I said, when Dr. Fauci said, always know it's gonna, but he said it's gonna get really worse until it gets better. It's gonna get worse until it gets better. That's what he said. And it's what it is. What goes around comes around, folks. Joseph Crudup here, and all you have to do is subscribe to this video and like me on Facebook and like me on this video on YouTube. Have a great day, everybody.